When I make this type of videos, I usually pull out the trusty notepad and write some points down to use as guides for the script. This is literally the only thing I wrote this time around. Apex Legends Season 9 Legacy dropped yesterday, at least at the point of recording this video, and then everyone tried to grab a server spot, but the servers were like, nah, I don't wanna work today, I'm gonna take a nap. See you in 8 hours. And so 8 hours later, when the servers finally woke up, we actually got to play some Apex. And let me tell you, it's good to be back, because holy shit, Arenas, the new mode, is awesome.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Despite what one will believe, Arenas, as a mode, is simple. Extremely simple, in fact. But don't take me wrong, simple is great. Indeed, because of its simplicity is why I found the experience so enjoyable even when playing with randoms. I'm gonna go in a little bit of a tangent here, but stick with me, it will only take 1 minute. Take CSGO and Rocket League. Both these games have one quality in common. Well, they may have more, but one is relevant for this example. And that is an extremely high skill ceiling. You can play these games for years and still be improving match after match. The difference lays at the entry point. Where CSGO can be extremely daunting with its uncommon shooting mechanics, Rocket League can be picked up by anyone, and no matter how skilled that person is, they will for sure have fun. I think the main cause of this phenomenon is the complexity of the core game components. In Counter-Strike, the rule set is complex, the shooting is complex, even moving is a whole war. And those are like the first 3 things that you need to understand in order to play the game. Rocket League, on the other hand, is pretty much the best game you can give to someone that doesn't play games. A trigger to accelerate, sticks to turn around, and a button to jump. Boom! Now go play car football. I go through the troubles of making this comparison because Apex Arenas land in the middle. Apex gameplay mechanics are accessible but hard to master, especially the movement, and Arena's rule set is extremely simple. Get in there and kill the enemy team to win a round. Okay, so what makes Arenas so good? To me, it comes down to genius design. Respawn peppered this game mode with just enough complexity to ensure engaging matchups and a rhythm that keeps players coming back, but without making it so tricky that it will make the barrier of entry impenetrable by anyone but the most hardcore players. Arenas condense the Apex experience into a 3v3 mode that lets teams focus on combat, map control, and strategy, and eliminates the filler moments that saturate the battle royale landscape. And best of all, it does all this with no strings attached. Get in, have fun, shoot some dudes, and get out. And yes, before going into the... What is this? Is this a review? You should definitely give it a try. I mean, one of the best FPSs out there for free, like what are you doing? To win an Arenas match, a team needs to win 3 rounds, with a caveat. If teams are tied at 2 rounds each, then a 2-round advantage is required for victory. If teams are still tied at 4 rounds each, a decisive final round is played and the game ends in a 5-4 result. How is something so simple yet so hard to explain? I don't know, let's keep going. At the beginning of each round, the buying phase carries out. Here all players start with the same basic healing items, 1 or more charges of their tactical ability, depending on the character, and a helmet and armor that are upgraded as the game progresses. Again, same color for all players each round. Weapons are the main consideration in the buying phase, as no matter what happens during a round, they will be taken away and have to be rebought. Same story with items. The only thing that is kept between rounds are extra ability charges. Back to the weapons. Getting a weapon gives you the base gun with no attachments. You can then upgrade the weapon to unlock further attachments and scopes. By the way, I just realized that you can select among the different optics that you unlock. I'm so dumb. And don't you worry, you can always get a trusty Mozambique or Pit 2020 for free. But of course, to buy stuff, a currency is needed. An increasing amount of materials are awarded per round to each player, so that they can gear up more and more as the game progresses. The first round, players spawn with blue armor and there is barely enough materials to get a basic weapon. In later rounds, players find themselves with red armor, at least one fully kitted weapon, extra ability charges, more healing and nades, etc. Enough of the buying phase. Let the spawn invisible walls deactivate and let's get into the action. I am shocked at how well this game mode works. Yes, it's the first week and sweaty teams will eventually come in and find the meta tactics, which will probably involve holding a building with Watson or some shit, but I'm not so sure that will work. You see, arenas are about killing the enemy team, nothing else. But how do you force teams to engage when there is no bomb to plant or zone to capture? If only Apex had an overwhelming force capable of such feats. Oh, that's right, the freaking circle. So listen up, because here's where we find the brilliance of this game mode. There are currently 3 arena maps available, but they all follow the same principle. 2 spawn areas, 1 at each side of the map, 2 supply bins containing vital healing items, equally distanced from the spawns, and material canisters that award extra materials for the next round, scattered across the whole map. So tell me, why is this so brilliant? Well, because if you take these resources and superpose a ring that slowly closes in and limits the playing space, the result is a set of diverse points of interest for team to fight over and take control of. Because let me remind you, shield batteries, the most valued healing resource, are not free. Are you really willing to start the round with subpar weapons because you choose to spend your materials on batteries instead of upgrading your gun? How about we get good weapons instead and push a supply bin to get a couple free batteries? As you can see, the scattered resources and the ever-closing ring essentially dictate the flow of the round. It's just so natural and it works so well, like players are doing exactly what Respawn wants them to do without saying a single word. It's just the rules of the game. Am I going crazy here? I think I am. So far, I left care packages out of the discussion just to make a point. A care package with upgraded weapons drops each round. As you may imagine, especially in the early rounds where materials are scarce, care packages are great, hence creating yet another point of interest for players to fight over. The contents of the care package can be seen at the buying menu at the beginning of each round, but the location where it drops is unknown and randomizes every round. So this forces teams to adapt on the fly if they are looking to get it. I haven't played with a full team yet, but I can already see the number of strategies we could come up with. There are hundreds of little decisions to be made if the game is taken seriously. You telling me the enemy team likes to snipe? How about we get fully kitted close quarter weapons, no healing, and just ambush the hell out of them, or wait until the ring closes? Oh, we need to take a supply bin this round or we have no healing. Let's get the one outside the circle where they are less likely to go, just to secure the healing items. The care package looks juicy this round. Let me buy a couple extra Bangalore smoke nades to make sure I can get in without taking damage. I was playing with a friend yesterday that, like myself, also plays Destiny. And we were like, wow, this is like Trials, but fun! The bullshit levels are minimized and the sandbox is actually balanced as a PvP game. Who would have thought this was possible? But then we remembered, oh no, I cannot get frozen and lose control of my character for seconds in this game. Better go back to Destiny. The next season is looking good though. Legends! Apex Legends! Legends! Heroes! Champions! Characters! Is there no originality left in this god-forsaken world? You know what? I want a game where they just call characters characters. Hey, choose your character. Done. It just doesn't have the same ring to it, that's it. Apex is, or at least started, as a battle royale, so naturally Legends were designed with the VR sandbox in mind. This can be seen in the wide variety of movement abilities that are present throughout the character pool, which enable fast traversal of the huge battle royale map. Arenas, on the other hand, consist of smaller spaces, and despite the application of movement abilities to outplay opponents, high-level play tends to focus on map control and locking down an area of the map. What I'm getting at is that characters such as Octane, that can move really fast due to his signature ability, will likely end up in the lower ranks of the arena character tier list, because when compared to characters like Gibraltar, who can drop a freaking dome and manipulate the combat area, well, in arenas that kind of utility is king. Unlike the main game, abilities in arenas are not on a cooldown. Instead, they work on a charge basis. A minimum amount of charges, depending on the character, are given at the beginning of each round, with the possibility of buying more. For example, you get a minimum of 2 Bangalore smoke nades and can buy up to 5. Ultimate abilities are never given by default and have to be bought if you want to use them. Now here's one thing I'm not so sure about. Like, really, it's just too early for me to say if I like this or not. Just like in the Battle Royale mode, players don't instantly die but remain in a down state until they get revived, or the time runs out, or they get finished. I would like to see how arenas work with instant death. I think that will make the matches even more dynamic, with players just dropping all the gear at death like they do now, but instantly. I found that since teams usually push together, in my time playing so far, I haven't picked up a single item from a killed enemy to turn the fight around. It's rare for a player to dive alone into the enemy team and leave enough time for them to kill and finish the player without the other team coming to help, unless it's one of my teammates. And then you have a bunch of downed players endlessly pinging whatever is in front of them, because honestly there is nothing better to do. Even when I'm downed, I would rather be looking at my teammates' perspectives to see what's going on, because be assured that if the enemy team is good, I am not getting revived. There's just no time. Like, I will actually tell my teammates not to waste time reviving me and risking getting killed. In other news, the brand new bow is pretty sick. Not bad at all. I just wish I was better with it, but I'll get there. I know I'll get there. I probably won't get there. Holy shit, I suck. And Valkyrie, the new legend who can fly, is also okay. Pretty damn cool. So that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the talk. Like, dislike, and then dislike again, and ring my bell. I mean, ring the bell. Does anyone actually do that? Anyways, I'm off to play some more arenas. See you around. Goodbye.